Welcome again on the ride of Automedics. We're talking about the advantage of thermostat in your engines today. What's the number one advantage? One of the advantages is fuel management. It conserves your fuel when it's in there and it's working efficiently. You don't burn too much fuel because there's so many things attached to it that works with it and that picks signals from some of the things the thermostat are operating with. If your thermostat is bad, yes, your vehicle can overheat. The engine definitely will overheat, but it goes bad in two different ways. Stock open rather will not cause the engine to overheat, but when it's stock closed will run the engine hot. Definitely the engine will overheat. Why will it overheat? Because it works two different ways. It's either in an open position or a closed position. When it's in an open position, it allows coolant to flow around in your engine. You have some holes, some galleries in your engine that coolant flow through in the engine block and the cylinder head. These are some of the areas the engine coolant goes through. And what it does is it goes through the engines, pull the heat that's been generated due to combustion out of the block of the metal, the engine block, the cylinder head, go back into the radiator, the fan pulls the heat out, and the water, the coolant is returned back into the engine. Now, if the thermostat is stuck closed, what will happen? It reduces the flow of coolant. The coolant is not flowing. And mind you, the water pump is pumping, is pushing the coolant around. If the water pump is pushing and the thermostat is stuck closed, of course there will not be any flow because the water pump is only pushing it in one direction. When it gets to the thermostat end where it's supposed to be open and it's not open, of course the pressure will be building up because the engine is building up so much heat, but the heat is not being dissipated because the coolant is not flowing due to the thermostat being stuck closed. In this situation when it's bad, yes, you can remove it temporarily so that the water can flow, the coolant can flow, your car or your engine will not overheat. That's the only time I agree with people to remove it. And on that note,